Every once in a while, I like a good old Pat Robertson story. And since it's Christmas time or something, I thought that we would do one today. So, televangelist Pat Robertson is known for his online Christianity show. I don't know what else to call it, the 700 Club. He's now 89 years old. He's doing his show. He continues to do his show. He's been doing it a very, very long time. And he has often said, oh, God told me this. God told me that. God told me the other thing. God apparently speaks to Pat Robertson regularly. And Pat Robertson, thanks to his conversations with God, even if they are one-way conversations, maybe, there are many things that Pat Robertson has learned are demonic. So in the past, over the last 10 years, we've heard from Pat Robertson that secondhand sweaters from Goodwill can be demonic. Ouija boards and yoga can be demonic. Harry Potter and Feng Shui are definitely demonic. Karate, horoscopes can have demons attached. The Twilight series, very demonic. Paintings of Buddha, absolutely demonic. TV shows about ghosts are demonic. Halloween is, of course, that's demonic. Psychics are demonic. Young girls who levitate their friends at sleepovers, and even sometimes adopted children from other countries can come with demons attached, according to Pat Robertson. Now, it seems as though God may have played a bit of a dirty trick on Pat Robertson, because for a very long time now, Pat Robertson has been assuring his audience that, don't worry, Donald Trump is not going to get impeached by the House of Representatives. It won't happen. No way, no how. It seems that Pat Robertson was led astray, maybe by what he heard from God during prayer. Take a look at one of a few examples of Pat Robertson predicting there will be no impeachment.
The House will not vote impeachment. There will be no impeachment. They don't have the courage to do it, and there is no way that there will be a majority vote in the United States House of Representatives to bring forth a bill of impeachment, which then go to the Senate and so forth. And my prediction is that it isn't going to happen. They will not have a vote. There will be no impeachment, and we'll go forward to the election. I don't believe there will be an impeachment vote. As I said before, I'll say it again, there is not going to be an impeachment vote in the House that really puts everybody on record. Well, here's my fearless prediction one more time. The House does not have the guts to vote impeachment. They will not vote impeachment. They will not vote it. They just, mark my word, they do not have the courage to go for the American people. This is all a publicity stunt. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. There is no way that these Democrats will dare to vote impeachment, to vote a bill of impeachment.
For such a religious man who takes all of his problems, questions, and inquiries to God, it's shocking he was so wrong on this, in a sense, isn't it? And this actually reminded me of, so I don't know if people remember, but years ago when producer Lewis was still producer, we brought in a psychic and had her do a live reading of Lewis and of me, a cold reading, I guess we would call it. And it was just a fiasco. And of course, there were those, including Lewis, I think, who said, even though psychics are real, that was not a real psychic or whatever. And after that, even though I announced we're not doing any more of this, I started getting emails from so-called psychics saying, hey, David, I want to go on and prove to you that psychics are real and that I'm a real psychic. And every time I've said to them, if you're a psychic, shouldn't you already have known in advance that I wasn't going to have you on my show and you could have skipped emailing me altogether? And every single time they say the same thing. That's not how it works. There always has to be some mystery about how it works. And it's often that way with Pat Robertson. Either God works in mysterious ways, or maybe Pat Robertson didn't pray hard enough for the right answers from God or something like that. But in any case, there it is. Pat Robertson, apparently not quite as good at political prophecy. Well, actually, I don't know that he's that good at any prophecy, really. But apparently, Pat Robertson just not that good at making predictions. And if you just to kind of bring this around, because it's been so long since we talked about Pat, a lot of people probably aren't familiar, particularly our younger viewers and listeners, with how Pat Robertson got started and built up this 700 Club thing. He started it on the, from what I recall, early contributions of a bunch of people that he knew personally, friends, acquaintances, whatever, and grew the 700 Club into a evangelical Christian institution with an incredible backstory that I am not pleased by. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good show for humanity, but it is an interesting story nonetheless, and I encourage you to check it out. Probably the 700 Club wiki or the wiki about Pat Robertson would have the story. Check it out. It is both interesting, compelling, and scary all at the same time. I am thrilled to tell you that today's episode is sponsored in part by Blinkist.com/Pakman. Blinkist is a really unique service for your phone, tablet, and web browser, and it is incredibly useful for people like me who love books and learning but are busy. Blinkist takes the best and most popular nonfiction books and condenses them into 15-minute audiobooks. I'm sure that if you're like me, you have a very long list of books that you've been meaning to read. You only have so many hours in the day, and that's why Blinkist is so amazing. They take the most important information, the themes, the insights from each book, and they distill it into a 15-minute audiobook that you can listen to in one sitting. I've listened to a ton of books on Blinkist. Our audience can get a 7-day free trial by going to Blinkist.com/Pakman. If you're watching on YouTube, I put a link in the description. I have listened to Blinkist books about economics, about political science, about history, about science, so many interesting things. And after the free trial, if you like it, you can continue enjoying thousands of condensed audiobooks for about $5 a month. Go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. That's BLINKIST.com/PAKMAN.